Go.
Hello and welcome to the Survivor Org podcast. I am your temporary co-host this evening, the Latina flavor Alicia, and with me is my most excellent co-host Patrick.
Howdy.
The regal Prince Ty.
Good evening.
The very knowledgeable Alex Cash.
Hi.
And the light of my life, Steven.
Aww.
And we are here today to talk about the most recent episode of Survivor Blood vs. Water. And what an episode it was.
I don't know if it was that great of an episode.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was a middle of the road episode.
I'm with that.
It wasn't terrible.
No, it
It
was
wasn't terrible.
I mean, we could.
Parts of it were terrible.
It was a change of pace. I mean,
it felt the beginning felt really different, at least after like the editing in this, because it was a lot of personal one-on-one conversations and kind of character development though, so that's good.
Yeah, which I very
It was
much
kind of
enjoyed.
refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we opened up right off with the loved ones tribe coming back and kind of seeing them try and suss out who was the one that flipped their vote, and I think Sierra actually thought that it was Hayden that had flipped to vote with them, and Vetus was very quick to say, oh no, that was me, trying to keep his options open, I think. I don't really know where to go.
Yeah, he took credit for it real quick, and it went Hayden taking that from him. And I guess like a lot of the edit was really focused on Vetus and him trying to build that relationship with Caleb and trying to get a read on him. I don't know, there's a lot of Vetus in the beginning of this episode. Ty, that's your pick to win. What do you take of it?
I like it. They're trying to make him out as important. He basically was the head cheerleader for his tribe heading into their first challenge win. I liked what he said. I personally just enjoy him as a character, so I enjoyed him meditating and talking about how Brad was so loud and so, what did he say, like noise pollution, essentially, was how he brought it up, which, I mean, may be a little bit over the top, but Vetus certainly, or Vetus, I should say, definitely has a different style of leadership, which seemed to resonate with his younger tribe that won the challenge. I mean, they were due anyway, so, I mean, obviously it's not, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, Vetus was the difference or anything like that necessarily, but I don't know, I think he probably has the longest legs out of anyone on that tribe. Caleb is in the swing position right now, but I don't know, I could see that easily getting to his head. I don't know, just the way he was like, oh, I'm the big kahunas now. Yeah, I don't know. I liked what we saw of Vetus this round, and I feel pretty good moving forward that he could be the winner pick.
Based on the edit, it seemed that like Caleb was in the most important position in that swing role, but they gave a lot more to Vetus. They also gave some character development to the two girls. Finally, we know their names now.
Is a toenail falling off really character development, or is it an infomercial for Tenactin? Come on now.
I don't know, but Alex, what did you think of the toenails falling off? That was gross. Alex.
Yes?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, I think you kind of asked something question-shaped in there, but there was a lot of laughing going on top of it, so please...
I was just... your reaction on the toenails falling off.
Yeah, that's not fun. Almost happened to me once.
Yeah, I've not been a fan of Katie this whole game, and to kind of see her finally get a confessional, and it was like all revolving around her toenails that were falling off, I was just like, well, this is on par about with the Katie that I thought I knew, and here I am continuing on my negative perception of Katie. I feel bad for Sierra with all those bug bites. I went to Jamaica a couple months ago and got some sand flea bites all over my body. So I was like, oh, maybe I could play this game because I could handle the bug bites, but who knows? I don't know. Anyway, so we got a little bit of them, and they spent so long on them that I was kind of thinking, well, I wonder if the newbies are finally going to win the tribal. And so into the tribal we go.
Well, we switch over first to
Wait, what?
Redemption Island.
the Redemption
Yeah.
Island. Was that before or after they switched to the the returning players?
I think that was before Brad entered.
Yeah, and they show that whole scene where Aris and Laura are getting all flirty and she's massaging him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally gets a confessional, and that's when I wrote down Laura is toast. Because it was
Yeah.
the perfect...
Oh, I thought it was... Wait, Laura B or
Yeah.
Laura M?
Laura M.
Oh, and see, I thought Laura B was toast because
Oh, no,
she
no.
finally got a confessional early
Yeah,
on.
I did too.
I thought
Yeah,
that-
but she
her
she
talking
got
about
a
her
bunch of
survival
early
experience.
attention because she was the same as earlier, which is to say lone new player on a tribe that really just wanted her husband there. But I thought the new attention being paid to Laura M.
Yeah.
That raised a flag for me, and it also made me think, okay, so this is a grandmother who is flirting with somebody. This
She
is a
really
little
a
desperate.
grandmother? She looks really good.
Oh, I
Wow.
hadn't
She's
thought about that.
43, I think.
Oh, that's a young grandmother, but she still looks
43,
really good.
Yeah.
yeah.
And she was a grandmother when she was on Samoa too. She
Right.
said,
Oh,
I'm
because
her grandma.
Her daughter had
And
a
I'm like,
kid.
Grandma,
Her daughter had a
you're
kid when she
39.
was 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was part of.
and she, I think,
Yeah, Sierra talked
think
about
she
that
had-
in the first episode.
I think she had Sierra at like 19, based on their age difference. So
Yeah,
Well, she's doing something right. She looks good, but
she's a gilf.
Yeah. But when I saw that she was given that extra attention on the show and she was getting confessionals or whatever, especially since they were about trusting someone, I thought, oh, she's toast. There's no way she's gone. But then after that, we go into the Redemption Island, and Culpepper, as Probst likes to call him,
Yeah.
meets up with Candace and John.
okay,
Mm-hmm. And for the first time, I think all episode, Jeff was calling Brad and not Culpepper.
I know.
Throughout the entire, in the entrance and again in the challenge, so...
But before we get to the challenge, I just have to say that they gave a lot of Candace FaceTime for her to just, act really, really petty to the camera. Which, okay, some of it's justified, but I didn't like her from the start, and that just really made it.
What the whole Monica saying, like, you really hurt my feelings when you were screaming obscenities at my husband. Well, you really hurt my feelings by writing my name down, like that.
Well, yeah, but she was doing that with
it was
to the
that's kinda
confessional,
justified.
saying Brad can say no hard feelings all he wants, but there's hard feelings.
But see, the thing about it though is that Monica wrote her name down or whatever, but that's part of the game, and Candace was throwing personal jabs and stuff for someone playing the game, so it did come off as kind of petty in my eyes.
Yeah.
A little bit, but if you're in the moment, and let's face it, Culpepper was a dick.
Yeah.
Culpepper was a dick, and she was defending her husband. Is that really
Yes.
surprising? No. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a Candace fan, per se. I found her to be more interesting this time than she was any other time that she was out there. So to that end, I'm kind of sad that she's gone, even though it would have been her gone or Culpepper gone, at which point she probably would have been less interesting because she wouldn't have had the natural enemy anymore. But was she justified in yelling at Culpepper? Sure. Did she get a little personal? Maybe. Who gives a shit? It's exciting television. And when Monica goes and whas, oh no, they're yelling at my husband. Well, he's being a
He
dick.
deserves that.
Shut up and let him take his lick.
She's digging her own grave there with the whole Brad
Absolutely.
thing.
Tina, exactly. She...
I know.
I mean, I feel bad for you, Patrick, because you picked her to win, and now,
I'm sticking by it.
all of a sudden, good for you, because Tina is not sticking by it, and the death knells are coming.
She doesn't know,
Death
though.
knells
I
are
mean,
coming.
Tina says she could be an asset. Who knows? That's the thing that they
Yes.
kept on saying, is that she could be an asset.
She could be, but yeah,
And
She could also be a hindrance.
indeed. Yes, Tina being worried about Monica is basically Monica thinking she's in a good spot, and then Tina, one of the best Survivor players ever, sneaking up and being like, "Oh, by the way, you're not in such a good spot." But I'm not going to tell you that yet.
But if he does
Oh.
get back in the game, she's got
sure.
a giant OTTN meat shield in front of her.
Yes,
That is
but
true.
she'll just follow him out the door. I don't know.
No, I see
Also-
that.
Eh,
Hard to tell. But I guess Candace goes home, and she really did have
Aw.
a more interesting story than she ever had before on Survivor, I think.
absolutely. She had like an underdog. She
Yeah.
was an underdog in this.
She wasn't
Yeah.
a flip-flopper
Yeah.
Yeah.
like she has been
No.
in every other Survivor game she's played.
This was my favorite
I'm-
incarnation of Candace.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed her snark. I enjoyed her scorn.
exactly.
It was entertaining. I was, however, a little bit sad. We missed out on the whole, like, the one person that wasn't John or Candace winning, and then Candace and John having to decide who would go on. Because that would have been
Oh, yeah, that would've
emotional and really great television, but, you know, whatever. And so Candace goes home, but John wins and gives the idol clue back to Monica. Steven, thoughts on whether that was a good decision or not?
See, my thought is that he did it because there was a precedent there, because I think he may have had some vibe that she would have thrown it in the fire again, or something, because Monica at this point has already refused a clue, so she has a precedent there. So if she refuses it again, it still keeps the target off of her back, I guess, in a sense, because she's not the scheming one looking for the idol.
But wouldn't that maybe help her? And so John was helping her establish even more credibility in whatever alliance she might have, and also not really forming any sort of connection with anyone else by trusting them with an idol clue.
Well, here's the
Monica thinks she's in a good spot with her 5, and in a group of, I think there's 8 of them left. At worst, she's 5th, but something telling me that we're not seeing everything, and Monica probably has some semblance of an idea that she's probably going further than she actually is. I don't know.
Alex, do you have thoughts?
Yeah, because I think that if there is I think that giving it to Monica was smart because, like, if you're on Redemption Island, you have no idea what any of the dynamics are anywhere. And making assumptions when you have no idea what's happening on another beach is a recipe for trouble. And so if you have somebody, and so if you don't know if anybody is 100% going to be on your side if you get back in the game, then you don't want to hand somebody the idol that they then idol you out with. So if there's somebody who is going to burn a clue, then you give it to them and they burn the clue and then nobody has it.
Did you pick that up from JT's Survivor play and Heroes vs. Villains? Don't hand someone the idol that's going to use it against you.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what I was alluding to, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, JT. He's so lucky that Stephen Fishbach decided to give him a Survivor win. Fucking Jack.
Oh, JT.
I know.
I just
Steven
finished
Stephen Fishbach
rewatching
Rob.
Token Chains last night.
Yeah.
It was great. That is such a great cast. I
I love
It
that
is.
cast.
love
It
that
is.
cast. Taj,
Bring
yeah,
back
and it's
Taj.
one of the
Taj.
least, and it's one of the least bitter seasons out there too, which is also a
Well,
real plus.
well, the
They were
FTC was
bud-
pretty bitter. But other
They were all
than
Well,
bad.
yeah,
so
that-
Stephen
but-
didn't win, so they were bitter. Fuckers.
Yeah.
But the cast is great.
Yeah, but there was this is getting off topic.
That's okay. We can go back. We can go back to Blood vs. Water.
Okay, I just okay. So if we can edit this out, then I just want to say that there was a survey done on Sucks where they said which seasons were the most malignant was the word they used. So which ones
yeah.
were most bitter or whatever, and Token Chains was ranked as the second least out of all of them.
What was the first?
I forget which one was the least, but I know the most was All Stars.
Oh,
Ugh,
sure.
that was an uncomfortable season.
That's interesting. But they were all such like even though they kind of hated each other, they were all kind of like a little family at the end of the day. Like giving Taj all of their money, even when like they weren't really aligned with Taj, like all of them, like it was sweet.
It was.
Anyways, okay. Back to...
I guess we go to
Blood versus Water.
the immunity challenge, or was there something before?
No, I think that was all.
Okay.
There was the loved ones tribe having their little powwow thing, but we discussed that already.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they had their little pump up moment. Vetus did some yoga
Yep.
type exercise on a mountain, and then they joined him on the mountain, like looking over the sunrise and the ocean.
Yep.
And they were like, "I
Great
have
imagery.
good vibes about today. We're gonna win today."
Vetus is
Katie
getting
probably took her toenail and threw it down the cliff.
Making an offering.
It
Vetus
was
is
like
getting.
her proverbial penny in the fountain.
Oh, gross.
Yes.
Toenail in the ocean. You know.
Hey, it's good luck, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, Vetus
Sure.
is getting a ridiculous edit. Like it's he's gonna be really important this season, I think.
Yeah, it was like all of the coach yoga without the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you phrased that without the coach.
God.
Oh, coach.
But yeah, so
I'm sure when Vetus did drugs, he probably felt like he was canoeing in the Amazon.
oh my god.
Oh.
Maybe we know what Coach was doing now.
Coach was
Maybe we know.
hallucinating.
Good God. Good God. This all makes sense.
That Aris and
Everything
Vetus are iron,
makes sense.
sharpening each
Yes.
other's iron.
Yeah. Oh lord. So armed with
God.
Vetus's pep talk and a renewed amount of, I guess, I don't know if it's courage or excitement or I don't know what it was, but off the Tadhana tribe went to Tribal to meet Galong, who for the fourth time
Tribal
was
is the
giving
challenge.
up an idol. And I don't know what I'm saying again. I'm sorry, Patrick. So much editing.
Go into the immunity challenge.
Yeah.
I think the edit was kind of with the strategy kind of going on the other tribe that they showed, and also they're really due for a win. I think we kind of expected the loved ones tribe to win. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have any different ideas?
No, I saw there was like some foreshadowing. I guess I feel like I may have been wrong, but I thought Sierra said something about how great it would be if they won, and conveniently they do win. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt like it was the lead into a turnaround thing. In fact, it felt like it was going to be the turnaround episode since the toenail to me, actually. That signaled that, we are signaling rock bottom with an image of an inflamed foot with a toenail half hanging off.
Oh,
This is as low as they get.
That's
It's
the
uphill from here.
That's the rock bottom. They do like to show that the people who are losing a bunch right before a win, they show them really in the pits. And so they did that, and so they get their win. The challenge was kind of boring because it was kind of a blowout almost.
It was kind of, it was a blowout, and it just seemed kind of like a simple like it seemed really fun. And when you think Survivor Challenge, you don't necessarily think fun. You think difficult or strenuous.
Here's the
or
thing.
I like having a little fun challenge every once in a while, though, like the mixer.
Well, usually the fun ones
yes.
are more reward challenges, which we're
like
kind
the
of robbed
coconut
of.
shop.
Yeah, we're robbed
Yeah,
of
but
this
they
season.
have no reward challenges.
Yeah,
this
we're
season.
totally robbed of that.
Well, what if Redemption Island's only pre-merge?
That would be nice.
that would be nice because then we'd get we get reward challenges back along with our immunity challenges.
Yes. That'd be lovely.
Yes.
I think.
I mean,
that-
I'm sure
they'll have to get rid of the switch out mechanic at the merge at the least.
Mm-hmm.
and that's the whole point
Yeah.
of this
That
redemption.
gets rid of
Island.
half the drama.
That's the whole point of this redemption island is the switch out thing, which, like you said, is going to be useless at merge. So hopefully they do, and just one person comes back.
Yep.
That would be that would be great. And then the other beef I had was hashtag Survivor rematch. Come on.
Oh,
Oh.
almost as bad as hashtag Survivor Breakdown.
Oh, yeah, that one tops it.
I
Oh.
did,
I
however,
think that's-
yes, they were pushing the Vetus versus Eris, brother versus brother again on this challenge, but I did like that Eris took a little time out to just be like, man, this is great, or this is fantastic. just really kind of reminding us that, like, hey, these are people and they're having fun, doing something they love, and also in a competitive spirit. So it was kind of nice to take a step back and realize, like, hey, these people are enjoying the experience and really appreciating it.
Well, they've got that whole rivalry thing that they're pushing. Ty, what do you think that means later down the road?
They'll try to vote each other out at some point. I don't know who will win. Honestly, if Tyson is already, I don't know. Do we discuss the preview, or do we not discuss the preview?
No, we haven't discussed it yet.
What's the protocol? Well, what would the
we
protocol?
usually do discuss it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. If we take the preview at face value, and assume that Tyson is going to start thinking about getting rid of Aris, could see maybe King Aris. Could Vetus possibly end up taking out his brother? I feel like maybe that's kind of what they're building towards. Vetus having to make that decision. Does he make that decision? Does he get rid of his own brother? Does he decide to stay true to his blood? Maybe that's the focal point of the merge. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not really sure. Well, as for their interaction in this challenge, I didn't pay attention to the challenge because the moment that the lowers started speaking in confessional form, I knew that tribe was losing the challenge and didn't really feel the need to watch it. So I was. But, yeah, I don't know.
They're the only siblings, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they are.
And that sibling rivalry, they're really...
that's coming to a head at some point.
Yeah, they're really pushing that.
Just a matter of when.
Probably because it's pretty relatable.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did enjoy seeing Tina kick some butt, aka get a point.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I was like, that's a grandma, and that's a winner from season 2, and she's out there still competing and still...
Such a great Tina episode.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was so happy when Tina was relevant. I was so happy.
Oh, no. We need more of that.
Anyway, and I don't know, Caleb really doing well for his tribe, scoring 2 of the 5 points for them, which can only add to his, I guess, position as a swing vote for now.
For now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although I did notice that he was not immediately included in the tribe hug. He was like an afterthought, but
yeah,
I think probably reading into a hug too much.
Oh.
So we see off the happy tribe go back to their camp, and they get.
You think anyone will ever use that fishing gear? By the way, when they took the meat, I feel like they're going to Survivor auction off that fishing gear. It's just going to come to every challenge. Nobody ever picked the thing, and then at the end,
the fishing gear was the true Survivor.
Well,
of this.
the returning players.
Tadano was fishing in episode 2. They already have decent fishing gear. It's just an upgrade they're selling.
No, well, the loved one, or not the loved ones, the returning players, they already won fishing gear.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
but I'm saying Tadana does have some form of fishing apparatus with them.
Yeah, I remember seeing that they're giving them more stuff every season.
Jeff pointed out, he said Tadana, they're not feeding themselves for later. They're just, instant gratification. So, I don't know. That was a little Jeff
I'm interested in seeing if that steak really lifted their spirits, or if they should have maybe opted for the long haul. Although I guess with, according to the preview, this tribe swap coming up, they don't have to much worry about that. Although I assume that some returnees might be a little pissed if they come to the Tadhana camp and do not have the fishing gear that they have come to enjoy. But
maybe it'll finally get taken.
Maybe so.
And fishing gear will finally find a home.
Maybe so.
God. At the end of the season, they'll just give it to Rupert and be like, "Here, Rupert, go fishing."
It's his fan favorite award.
We didn't have an extra $500,000 laying around, so here, fishing gear. Go nuts.
They could
go
leave.
Nuts.
I wish they would leave Rupert in the Philippines, so he could never go back on the show.
Oh God.
Yes. Oh, he made an appearance in the Israeli version, I thought. He had a cameo as a reward.
God,
apparently all the people on this... Yeah, it was a thing. He was in the Philippines for the Israeli season, and he was the actual reward. He got to come to their camp, and but apparently all the people hated him,
Oh,
which I can understand because Rupert's kind of abrasive and he doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone, but
but he's
each
great
their own.
around camp. Probably fix their camp
the
up
thing
for
about
them.
Rupert, though, is that he pretends to be like this, he loves doing it for the surviving and everything. No, he doesn't. He's a fame whore. He ran for
Yes.
governor, for Christ's sake.
Governor of Indiana.
Yeah, and he's gone on every season he could and done all this stuff. It's not for the adventure and the survivor and being a pirate like he wants people to
I
believe.
mean, to be fair, I would be on every season of
Well,
Survivor that I could.
You can be a fame whore too.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think we're all fame whores at heart.
But he's, making himself seem to be someone he isn't.
He's not owning it, and that's where you have to be.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just annoyed by him and everything. I don't know, but enough Rupert talk.
Indeed.
I was really glad to see that the returning players lost their first immunity challenge. Just to see some strategy and stuff going on over there. Steven, you said that you were blindsided.
I was, because I was the whole time they were, Laura B with her saying, oh, Kat, the girls are mad at you because they wanted to do the challenge.
Let's talk about that. That was hilarious.
And everybody's like, Laura B can say what... I loved that, though. Oh my gosh, I was kind of hoping it would set up a cat boot because I don't want cat.
She just walks up there and goes, oh, girls, they're so catty. Am I right?
It was so awkward. So
yeah, because the thing is that I don't know the precise statistics, but I would imagine that every single person, every single returning player left in the game has had to sit out a challenge at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tina came back and of course they wanted to play. Everyone wants to. Laura's it's they were just no.
Stop trying to make challenge sitting a thing. It's never going to be a thing.
I mean, at least she's doing something.
She tried something.
Yeah.
It was a horrible thing. But let's face it, she lives with Rupert. How good could her survivor strategy be? Come on.
Okay, I actually wish she had...
To that end, what she did was very complex personality.
I mean, she could have stolen shoes or something. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Because she's a pirate.
I'm going to steal these for Drake. I mean, Galan.
Yeah. All right.
Good God.
I hope she throws a who the fuck voted for me moment.
Well, I think it's obvious,
who the fuck voted for me?
Yeah, okay, that was the funniest moment of the whole episode was Laura Bonham. But I guess the lead up was kind of making us believe that it was either Laura or Laura. It was between the two Lauras. Mm-hmm. And
did y'all see that great shot of Laura Bonham sitting up and then Laura M laying down behind her, and they focused on one and then brought the other one into focus? I thought it was great.
No, but that's interesting.
I didn't.
It was a great camera shot. They had Laura. They were talking about Laura Bonham, and then they kind of cut it, and Laura M is laying in the background, and suddenly
it's something that I've noticed that they do more often. I've noticed that shot. I see it at least once a season, but that was a particularly well constructed version of it. Usually it's just one person talking in a group and then zoom out and somebody's asleep. But that time it had a nice arrangement to it.
I wonder if they have meetings and stuff and be like, oh, these two people are on the chopping block, so cameramen, get as many shots of them in the background as you can.
I mean, I don't know if they have meetings so much as the cameraman can hear everything that's going on, so they definitely know.
Well, that's true, but they can only see what they're actually
filming.
Not.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
They might have cameraman meetings for sure.
Or at least walkie-talkies be like, psst, these people are, I don't know. That's just an interesting production side. Mm-hmm. Oh, shut up, Otis.
Otis.
So we get to the tribal. Was there anything that stuck out, Alicia?
I just know that I was kind of sitting there worried at tribal the whole time because I was kind of worried for Laura B because I was under the mistaken, I guess, thought that the early Laura B confessional spelled doom for Laura B. But I was just sitting there thinking, she was voted off of her initial tribe day one, or I guess, very beginning of day one. And if she was voted off of her second tribe the first time they went to tribal, move over, Francesca, because Laura B is here, and she has an even sadder story than you.
Yes.
Aww.
So I was very worried she was going to be Francesca'd. But luckily for her and me, she was not. Not that I'm a particular Laura B fan, for any human being, that would just be very disheartening.
Yeah.
She's bringing in funny moments, but I thought it was, the edit before was just kind of obvious that it wanted to throw you off so you think that Laura B is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Steven, you're chiming in.
Oh yeah, Jeff pointed out a few times, he was like, well, Laura, you haven't been to tribal before, and all these people have, so wouldn't that make it easy? I'm like, Jeff, I know you're supposed to, narrate, but there's a point where, trying to set the stage is a little excessive.
Well,
And,
the thing is that... What? Continue.
Oh, no, sorry, I was done.
Okay. Because the thing is, I imagine that he said that, he brings up these points to, everyone, because basically when he's been interviewed about this, are you worried you're asking leading questions? And he's like, I ask equivalent questions to everyone. If it's something that could have possibly come up, I try to grill people on it. And so the thing is that I think we're just seeing it explained more outright. I think we're just seeing more of that than we have been in the past.
I think it's...
Well, apparently, Tribal Council lasts a few hours,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they only choose to air kind of the questions that indicate, is it this person or is it this person? Since that's normally the setup for a Survivor episode is who will it be between these two people.
Yeah, there's a lot that they
I'm sure
edit out.
every single time they ask, Hayden, why would they get rid of you? And he's like, I have no idea, but because, that would make no sense. But sure, somebody could get rid of me. And then if he was actually in danger of leaving, then they could say, ooh, we're going to put that on there.
He's going to be blindsided.
They want to get as much footage as possible for any scenario, whatever happens. I just love the music that they put on, this shocking, oh my god, no, he didn't just ask that. Sound,
Oh yeah.
It's sound effect or whatever. And then they show someone else's half-assed reaction, I was shocked.
Yeah, I also, Tribal Council, I feel like we got more airtime of Kat's facial expressions than we got Kat this entire season.
She was rolling her eyes and...
rolling her eyes, pulling her hood over her face.
That's what
reacting. Yeah.
That was...
It was not a good...
I thought that the Kat, her reactions and everything was trying to make blindside the viewers more. Because every time Laura Bonham would speak, she would roll her eyes and be like, oh yeah, I think she's gone or whatever, and Kat voted for the other Laura.
Mm-hmm.
But that was hilarious, though. I like Kat and her over-the-top facial expressions.
Yeah, she went up for a little for me this week just because of her reactions. Definitely. But,
It was a little overkill, though, Kat. Come on.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So Laura M left, and we are left with three, pretty strong challenge competitors coming up in the Redemption Island duel for this next week. So it'll be fun to see who can go the distance.
This is good.
Their logic, Ty, I want to ask you about this, is that they want Laura to go and beat Brad in the Redemption Island. Is their logic sound?
It's possible, depending on what the challenge is, that she might be better at it than the men.
I mean,
That might
they
increase
voted
their
off. They voted off a better challenge to help them win immunity, to help get rid of someone on Redemption Island. Was that smart?
Well, if we assume that they're going... There's how many of them left now? Like 12 of them left?
No, there's
how many left?
in the game.
Yeah, there's 12.
In the game, there's 12.
Yeah, in the
In the game, there's 12.
plus the 3 on
Okay.
Redemption.
All right. And the other tribe is already down to 5 people. They would have to lose a lot more to even, come close to being... I don't know. I feel that they have enough of a lead buffer that I could see them making that strategy and sending them. Might it be a little bit too much looking far ahead? Yes, but I didn't surprise me that much that they were thinking it. And Laura M was not. I mean, she was certainly better in the challenges than Laura B, but she wasn't a. Let's put it this way: I don't think her going is a huge loss to anybody.
I don't know.
Like,
She was great in the puzzles. She beat her daughter.
She
in
kicked
the,
her daughter's ass.
Yeah,
a
she
bunch.
Sure.
She like pulverized
So
her
did
daughter
Tina.
in the.
have we considered that
And
maybe
remember-
Sierra's just not that good at puzzles? I mean, is that been
And she
considered?
also was
The
she
wrestling
was the
one.
one rolled in the barrel, undoing the knots, and did a pretty great job
Oh,
of
yeah.
that as well.
The one
And
where
remember that Laura won 2 individual immunities in Samoa.
She did.
They are losing a pretty good challenge competitor.
Yeah. So I would say
I-
that
I-
this wasn't the smartest of moves, but I'd say it's smarter than getting rid of somebody strong in the hopes that their loved one would switch out.
Sure. It was sounder logic than that.
Yeah.
She looked pissed though. She looked
She did.
really
Ooh.
pissed.
She
I don't
was.
think anyone told her that was the
No,
plan.
she had no idea, and she looked pretty pissed off. So if she gets back in the game, that could actually be interesting because she was really, really angry with them.
She gave Eris a happy ending and everything, and my God, God, God.
Oh, Laura.
I'd like to make an uncle for my grandbaby.
Oh god.
Oh,
God.
Christ.
So I guess now we
awkward
can go.
rub-downs.
Any more thoughts on the episode? Not the on next week, the preview.
Not really, no.
Then we can move on to that. The next on or coming up on Survivor, or whatever Jeff Probst narrates.
Next time on Survivor.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the line.
There we go.
Um,
Indeed.
Alicia, you said it tribe swap. He just said we just want to change things up.
Oh, that's a good point.
What do you think he means? 'Cause it could be anything, right?
Oh, change things up?
Or I think it's about time to switch things up or something. It could be more just misdirection like they like to do.
It could be, but I don't know why at this point they would not tribe swap. I can't imagine anything else that would switch things up that wasn't a tribe swap, because at this point no one's really like hidden immunal idling, so that could probably be, I don't know what I'm saying.
They've also got 12 people left. They could merge, get someone back, and it'd be 13 people in a merge. I don't know.
Ooh.
That would be interesting. Do you think they would merge without doing a tribe swap?
Without what? Sorry, my stupid dog was barking.
Do you think they would merge without doing a tribe swap first?
They could, because this season is unique in the fact that people already have connections on the other tribe.
That's very true.
And so they don't need to switch up to make new connections and stuff like that. Shut up! Sorry.
Are we thinking that only one is going to return from Redemption Island despite there being 3 on Redemption Island?
That could
That's
be
what I'm
Well, I
thinking.
mean, one time they had 4 people on Redemption Island, only one of whom came back,
A
so...
quadrule.
What if they had 2 people return, and then they do a tribe swap, and those 2 people enter the game, but they're put on different tribes? Maybe they're the 2 tribe captains or something?
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be interesting.
That
Yeah.
sounds highly convoluted, and it would just completely screw with everything. I'm for it.
But
Well-
CBS would do that.
Yeah, I mean, they
Why not?
like the person who loses. Okay, they're gone by.
Yeah.
And then they do.
And whoever wins picks first.
Yeah.
Go.
As long as they don't hand anybody a coup d'etat, I'm fine.
So then that would leave 14 people in the game. 2 tribes of 7.
Well, as Julie Chen is not involved.
At first.
Except for commercials for the talk. We have to have those. But otherwise.
Yes, Asian soul food this week.
The vegan meal everyone loves.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Julie Chen, gotta love her, right? Chen.
Oh, the talk.
Yes.
Hayden, I need an answer.
Yeah, that could be interesting if they do that. But then they would probably keep Redemption Island, and which is I want them to get rid of it. I don't know. This season, Redemption Island's been better, in my opinion, than in the past, though. Alex,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
what's
But
your...
it's also the kind of thing that they can't ever do this again.
Oh, I hope not, but I'm sure they will.
I don't know. This is a pretty unprecedented and exciting Redemption Island. However, I would like to get back to the 7-Up Oasis and all of the other.
Where's
The
their
Charmin
product?
Cafe.
Charmin
Where's their
Cafe.
product placement? All right, they need
I
to
know.
fit that in there
Yes.
somewhere.
I need lots
We
of
need-
oohing and ahhing
We're going
over
to have
any
a
the
Sears
specific
Craftsman
soda.
duel now.
Oh yeah.
If Redemption Island had existed on Exile Island, Bob Dog could have never drank all the wine. Just throwing that out there. Think about that.
Now
Think about that.
I fast forward the commercials. Are they still doing that Sprite Player of the Week or
No.
whatever? 7-Up?
No.
I can't remember
They
which one it
haven't
was.
finished.
That's how bad it was.
Sprint, I think.
So.
Well, they did the Sprint and then they did the 7-Up or something. I don't remember. Whatever.
Oh yeah,
It's
what they
normally
had.
Sprint Player of the Week. But
Yeah.
They had 7-Up bumpers with old survivors. Like Ethan was in one, I remember, and then they had Parvati and Cochrane, and it was a hodgepodge.
Well, if Survivor needs product placement to make money to stay on the air, it doesn't bother me.
no, not at all.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
something
Quite
to
enjoyed
make
it.
fun of.
It's
is all.
Yeah.
it's just funny.
It's fine.
I mean, and now I guess the worst thing about it is their stupid hashtags.
Ugh. Hashtag coconut bandits.
Yeah, hashtag coconut bandits. I'm rooting for them.
Well,
Yeah.
if there's nothing else anyone wants to add, I think we can wrap up here.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Excellent. You
Patrick.
have to do like a goodbye or whatever?
Yeah, we need to
Oh,
do
I was
goodbye. Trying to
writing
figure
on
out-
Alicia said something, so I was like, huh?
Oh, I was just gonna ask like who should do it.
Oh, well, thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to tune in next week. And maybe we'll have Colin back. Who knows? We'll see. See you next week. Bye.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.